Do you want to learn how to sell your digital product online and for it to sell itself? Hey guys, this is Michael Granados from Viral Home Based Pursuits. And in this video, I'm going to teach you guys the 5 tips plus an extra bonus at the end of how you can sell a digital product online that will not only just be created, but be able to sell itself in the long run, okay? Um, I've done this for a while now. I'll reveal to you the system that I use to be able to sell digital products online at the end of this. Um, Make sure you subscribe below to get more information. I always produce videos like this, and I give you more information as to my journey and to how I'm able to sell products online too. Um, I've been online for a while now through a certain system, which I will again reveal to you later on, but I've been able to sell digital products very easily, and I've been able to create them as well. So I'm going to have how to sell them in a different video too. But for this one, I'm going to focus on how to create one. So make sure you look in the description for more of that information. Okay. So the number one thing that most people don't look at, and they need to put this at the top of their list, is hunger. Not hunger as in if you're hungry to create a digital product, but more so is your audience, is your group, are they hungry to want what you're selling, what you're producing, what you're creating? This is why everybody that I talk to and that I work with, that work under me too, ask me, how can I create a digital product that I can sell? Or how can I sell my own digital products, right? How can I create mine and sell it? And the number one thing I tell people is before you even get to creating anything, you need to know these things first. So hunger, is your audience, are they wanting what you need to offer them? It's not so much of what you want, so much more of what they want. You got to put what they want before what you want. So hunger is one of them. And that brings me to the next point, is the 3 niches. So there are 3 niches to be focusing on, the big markets, and one of them being health and wellness, which is the one that I focus on. 2 being financing, making money online. And then the last one is dating and relationships. I also have one in the making money online. And again, I'll go ahead and tell you more about that towards the end. But those are the 3 niches that you want to stick to, ideally, and be able to create a product around. So you're going to want to understand your market and how they respond to what you're creating. So, for example, you got to understand what somebody in the health and wellness industry is having problems with. What is their pain points? What do they need solutions to? Ask yourself all these questions. Write them down on paper. I got a pencil here. Write them down on paper. Figure out, number 1, what is the problem that my audience is facing? Number 2, what is the solution to that? And number 3, how is it that I can go about presenting my solution to them, which we'll get to in a little bit. But that's all about market response. It's how they're going to respond to what you're putting out in front of them. And everybody in the market that you choose to go into, you might have one or you might not have one, but I can help you out with that towards the end, is looking for a solution. And you are going to be the bridge between the solution and the person, right? So you want to be able to get in front of these people that are in the targeted audience and be able to sell them your digital product, okay? So product that comes with product research, being able to understand what pain points people have. Do they have an immediate action that they want this? Is it an urgent thing that they need? Will they continuously want to buy from you later on the road? And just figuring all that out. And that all also comes with product research, understanding the product that you want to create is going to be based off what your audience's needs are. So for example, like when I created my info product in the health and wellness space, which I'm going to get to, that was specifically something that I created because I knew that my audience had pain points and they didn't know how to go around the problem with, I was helping people out with their lower back pain. And this is where it all started for me, where I grew a business just selling digital information products at first and then being able to create mine in the process. So I was able to create a digital product in the lower back pain space. And I created this based upon what my audience wanted. And how was I able to do this? Okay, I was able to do this by going out into, let's say, Facebook groups. That's a good way to start. Social media is a good place to begin, and you can go into these groups that are targeted to your specific niche. So if I'm in the health and wellness, what I did was I went into groups with people who had chronic pain. And at the time, this was some years back, I was selling, other people's products, which I'll get to. And what I wanted to do was differentiate myself and make myself even more capable of running a bigger business. So then what I ended up doing was I created this info product, and I was able to gather information from people who are in these groups, or you could even do it in forums. There's other ways of doing it too, but go to social media groups. Facebook is a good place to start. And, just start providing help to people in those groups. You can even message them individually and ask them, hey, I'm holding a workshop, or hey, I had a question about what is the biggest problem you have when it comes to dealing with your back pain. And what I would do is I would gather that information from each and every single person, maybe up to 100. You can do more or less because you'll have that information, and just survey them. So what I did was I created a survey through what was called SurveyMonkey at the time. I created a survey through there, and I went around asking people, like, what problems are you having pertaining to this? What is the solution that you want? And after all that information was gathered, I'm like, now I can go out there and create a product for these people. I can go hold a live workshop with them, and then, or I can just send and create a product around it. This is called audience research, searching what they want and what their needs are, and creating what they want, not what you want. And I realized this the hard way the first time I did it, because I was creating my first product. And and not only did I create it, but I had a more advanced version that I wanted to sell, and now it's on Amazon and it's doing just fine. And I can show that under how to sell a product in a different video and get even more in detail on that. But for here, I'm going to talk about how to create one and how it can sell itself. So basically, what you want to do is you want to survey these people, see what their pain points are, go to Google, research what people and what information they need. If you already have prior knowledge to it, even better. And then create a product around that. And the way you can do that is through Microsoft Word is one good way to do it. I've created many info products through Microsoft Word, been able to create PDFs through there, PDF guides, and I think it's the number one place to go to. You also have other places like Google Docs. You can do things with Excel, but I think Google Docs and Microsoft Word are the two biggest ones. I would focus more on my attention on those. And once you have all this information gathered, you can go on there and start putting the information, putting the information from the top to the bottom, and understanding the psychology of what people want and what problems they have and how to create that product. So those are the main big ones that I wanted to cover. And don't think I missed a point. I missed a point on that. Again, I will have more information below, but make sure you understand that if your market wants it, then go ahead and go forward with it and create that product. Figure out what their problems are, what their pain points are, what the solutions are, and then get after it. Okay? And so what I was able to do, I was able to go on Microsoft Word, create a product in the health and wellness industry, and then market that product. So then you got to focus your attention on marketing that product, which brings me to the point of how you can sell it, how it can sell itself. You should really be spending most of the, like 20% of it creating a product, 80% of it marketing it, because you, at the end of the day, want to get your product out there. And this brings me to my next point, which is how I'm able to do all this myself. And I do it through what's called affiliate marketing. I'm not sure if you've heard of what affiliate marketing is, but basically it's where you have people, you have an offer, and then on this side here, you have the retailer, or otherwise known as a merchant, and you're bridging the gap between somebody wanting to buy what you have to offer and them going over to the merchant to purchase, and you get a commission from that. this is a great advantage if you want to sell other people's products, and I have a video on that too, so I'll have more information on that. Make sure you check that out. Um, that's what affiliate marketing is, and that's where I started. I didn't immediately go into creating a product. I went into understanding the problems and everything that were in my market, with my prior knowledge, and gaining more of an expertise, and then understanding what those people had, and just creating a product around selling people's products, and then creating my own product in the process. So what is an expert? You don't really have to be like the expert. You don't have to be qualified. You don't have to have the degree to be an affiliate marketer. You just have to have the skills and understand how to self-educate yourself. It helps if you have experience in that industry, which I have had, and you can hear more about my story on that. But that's how I was able to do things more smoothly and transition into creating my own product. And I did that through what's called affiliate marketing again. And getting into the parts of selling it, how I was able to not only create a product, but sell it, that was a learning process for me. That took me time and took me a lot of pain. And I was at a time when it was like, I had this idea, I had collected a lot of people's responses on what they wanted as a product, I had created it, but I didn't understand how to market it. I didn't know how to sell it. At this time, I wasn't good at marketing. I didn't have those skills. Now that I do, I'm well-rounded. I'm a digital marketing strategist. I'm an internet marketer, affiliate marketer. But at the time, it was like, how do I do this? How do I go about selling and marketing my product? And, I found one way to do it, which was with a program that I was already a part of. And they taught me all the skill sets on search engine optimization, which is basically ranking in Google, and then using other forms of getting your product out there through social media. And so I was chipping away at blogging. I was doing YouTube videos, trying to get my product out there as much as I can. And those are great ways to do it. I love these ways of doing it. These actually build up a lot of brand with your audience, and they're going to bring up a lot of reputation with you and trust. And then you can follow up with them through email. This was the number one way. This is one way to do it. You can do it through content. You can create content around an industry that you're in, if you would like to. And then, if you would like to sell other people's products, you can do that. And then you can write reviews. And then you can shuffle people to, certain parts of your website where you have your product, and then they could learn how to grab that product from you, and then it will continue to sell itself. YouTube videos are a great way of getting your message across out there and being able to target people who are looking for what you have to offer them. And this is what I did for some time. So the way I started to in affiliate marketing, other than selling other people's products and then getting my word across out there, I did another way, which was creating a funnel. This is my most effective way at this point. I do have my blog, my YouTube video, and then I have what are funnels. And a funnel is basically where you take a person through, it's called a bridge page. You take them through a bridge page. They opt into that page. And you can, collect their email information so you can follow up with them through email. And then on the other page, they'll see something that's redirected to like your offer, and they can buy from you. So let me just show you more about that. So I use a platform that's called ClickFunnels. This is the most integrated one software that you're going to use. It's basically a drag and drop software where you can easily create landing pages like the one I'm about to show you, and you can market your product out there. So this would be an example of what I was able to create within ClickFunnels. And you don't have to be technical at this. I'm not technical at all. I just have learned the skill sets of how to build funnels. And if you need help with this too, I can help you out with this program if you would like to. And this is getting to the point where I was able to sell it. It was able to sell itself. I was just driving traffic, which are the people. I was driving people to that offer. via social media, my blog posts, paid ads are one way of doing it. There are so many different ways, and I help you out with all those systems and marketing strategies that you can go ahead and do that. This is an example of one of my books. This is a passive income book. I also help people understand how they can get started with their own business the way I started in the beginning before I even thought about doing anything with health and wellness. And once I gained the skills in that department and I started selling other people's products with my own information product, then I got into this sometime after. So I focused on one and then I moved on to my next stream. So this is basically what you can do. Give me a free copy, or give me a copy, I'm sorry. And then it would redirect them to this order page right here. So here's where I would have somebody just, put their information in. And once they purchased it, I get the money from it. And, this is a fast and easy way to get your digital products out there and make sure that they sell themselves. I do have templates for this. If you want them, you can always join ClickFunnels. I'll have more information about the pricing, the details on that. But at the end of the day, it's an investment, and it's really helpful, and it's been helpful for me to integrate this with my websites or just to, drive traffic to that actual funnel from different systems. One other thing that I want to bring up is that you can sell, when you create a product, and I want to say thank you for being here for this long. I know this is a long video, but I want to make sure I cover every single aspect that I can. But when you create a product, you have to ask yourself, do I want to create it and sell it? Or do I want to create it? Do I want to create a free version first? I would say most people should start off, if they've never created a product, go for one that is free at the beginning and then enhance that free product and make it a paid one. So have a free one and then have a whole separate one that's paid. That way you can add on top of what's not in the free one will be in the paid one. You're just adding a lot more information. And I'll show you one of those examples in one of my niches, which is I'm going to show you the one I have two of them, but I'm going to show you the one in, let's do the health and wellness one. So this is my first one here. Again, with affiliate marketing, you're able to choose a niche and, focus around that, write content about that, write reviews about that. So this is my business right here. And so basically what I was able to do was create a free product, an information product. And here it is right here. If I click here, they can download this freebie and they would get the book. And I was able to do all that through Microsoft Word. And if you want to, and a faster way to actually create a product that's free and be able to distribute it with people, you could do that with Google Docs. If you're wanting to have the least amount of resistance and be able to distribute that product much quicker in a way, I would say go Google Docs. I like Microsoft Word because it's really presentable, and I go for the presentable fact. Digital products, you can use Google Docs, and that actually works well too if you want to be able to, create your product and then transfer it through Google Docs to somebody else, and that person can transfer it to somebody else and so forth. So it can move a lot quicker. So those are the two ways. I would advise to start with Microsoft Word. If you don't have that, go to Google Docs. No worries, do it either way, and it should be just fine. So I created a free product on mine, and they can opt in and get that freebie. And then I just have more information in here. You can get the guide up here. But this is what I was able to do with affiliate marketing before I ever created my own product and was able to sell it. So I was doing a lot of blogging content for the health and wellness industry because I've had experiences within that. So I started to put in more of my time into this subject. And the more I learned it, the more I was able to share and help people out in groups, through my blog, through paid ads, through social media, I was able to affect so many people. And you can do the exact same thing. I mean, I help you out with all that, and I make sure I guide you in the direction that you need to. So that was one way I created a product. And then here was my other one. Excuse me, my nose is itching. So this is the other business website that I opened up about a year and a half after I developed my first niche. I focused in that space, solely focused on that strategically. And then I wanted to really help people launch their own business online, so I was able to create this whole separate one. And here's my free information product. So I was able to create a free report and package that, and people can opt in. The best way, I think, for you to not only create and sell it, the free version is to have people opt in to your email list so you can follow up with them and give them that guide. But more importantly, you can follow up with them over and over on maybe other products that you have. Maybe you have, and then you have your paid version of your product, and then you can sell them more on your paid version. And so here's another thing you can do. That's just a website point of view, but within ClickFunnels, which is the drag and drop software, here's the amazing part too, to having a free product and then having the paid version of one, is that you can actually, instead of me having this one, I could have created a new step, and I could have added it before where it says lead magnet here. I could have added it above it as the first step to send people to, and it would have been my free report that you saw on the last page on the website that we were just on. And then once they get that one, they can be redirected to like, hey, I have a limited time offer. I can teach you even so much more than what you just were given in that book. This one here gives you so much more information, and it helps you with all these extra features and benefits that you have. This is the way to get it. Go ahead and click here, and then you can take them to this page here. So, and I help you out with that too. If you want to not only create a digital product that can sell itself through a website, through this landing page software, which is quite in fact going to be the fastest way. If you want to go ahead and start selling it, if you have a blog too, that's also a great way to do it. It just gives you more systems in place when you're getting more traffic, sending more traffic there. And it also helps build brand. So if you're somebody who wants to help yourself build more brand when you create a digital product, the website is the best way to go. And you can funnel people through so they can see your product, your digital product. And I'm going to help you out with a lot of that information. So those are the cool ways of doing it. I've learned how to do it that way, and it works just as efficiently. Creating a digital product can be so much easier if you follow those 5 things I talked to you about. Being hungry. Let me see here. I know I have my notes with me too. So being hungry, just having to figure out what the pain, the problem, the solution, how to prevent the problem that they're having. The 3 niches: is it in the health and wellness, is it in the dating industry, is it in the make money, the financing industry? As I showed you, those 2 from the health and wellness, and the one in the make money online, helping people start their own business. Actually, now that I'm bringing that up, this is the one that I created for my free information product, so you can see it a lot more closer for my back pain one. So you know that I'm being honest with you. This was my very first legitimate free information product. And you can take this guide from me too when you join ClickFunnels. I'll have more information about ClickFunnels and just in general and how you're able to do that, alongside how to do any kind of website producing, any kind of website blog, and I help you with all that information. But going back to this, does your market respond to what you're trying to offer them? Figure out what people have problems to. Is it urgent? Do they need it now? Are they desperate about this? Is the audience searching? So when you're doing your searching and your own research, are these the things that people are having problems to? And one way to figure that out too is to go to social media, go to Facebook groups, go to your group, figure out what people are talking about. Go to forums, see what people are having struggles with, and you can create a product around that. But also I would advise that you go to these groups and ask people, hey, I'm doing a workshop and I want to just figure out what problems, what's the number one problem you're having with your back? What's the number one problem you're having with getting more leads to your business, and so forth. And then the rest of it is the marketing part, is the creating, the 20%, the 20%, the 80% is the marketing. So how I taught you with different ways with affiliate marketing, which is the number one way, I would suggest you go around about doing that through your website, through YouTube, through blogging, through landing page software like I have here in front of you, and so forth. So those are the ways. I hope I covered everything. Maybe there were some things that I missed out, but I covered everything that was important and in as much detail as I could. I'm going to try to have a separate video for how to sell your own digital product and how to sell your own products in general. So make sure you look out for that. And, if you have any questions, make sure you shoot me a message. I like to respond to people accordingly. I like to help as many people as I can. That's why I got into the digital marketing world. I wanted to help as many people as I could within my health and wellness business and be able to spread that message across, spread my knowledge across to different people, and then now helping other people understand what it's like to pick their own niche and create their own business around that. So that's goodbye for now, and I'll talk to you guys another time. Bye.